Tonight on Nightcast, a community shattered by violence.
We're suffering.
How and when can this get better?
Vigils happening across the metro tonight, mourning 2 children killed at a Catholic school in Minneapolis.
Another 17 people shot, mostly children, some seriously injured, but all expected to survive. The latest from the hospital as some victims begin heading home tonight.
Plus, a family inside the church when shots rang out.
The things I saw that we all saw were too much, honestly. Everyone there sprang into action to protect these kids.
New details on the suspected shooter from someone who knew them well.
Something I knew was off.
And the clues left behind. Nightcast starts right now.
And good evening, everyone. I am Kevin Dorn.
And I'm Lindsay Brown. We are live outside the Church of the Annunciation tonight, where we just learned from the police chief that police have found new digital evidence.
Brian O'Hara joined us within the hour. He told us they executed multiple search warrants today. And we just learned they recovered electronics and dozens of pages of documents from the shooter. Police hoping tonight that that evidence can try and answer the question about why 2 children were shot and killed attending Mass here today.
17 others, mostly children, were also shot, but all are expected to survive. The shooter opened fire from outside, shooting through the stained glass windows during a Mass before taking their own life.
So tonight we have team coverage for you of new details since 6 o'clock. Richard Reeve and Brittany Ehrman attended vigils this evening for the victims.
Now, Ben is also here after talking to a family who was inside when the shooting happened. And Ryan Raish is tracking the latest details coming in on the suspect.
But first, let's go to Callan Gray, who's live right now outside Hennepin County Medical Center with an update on the victims there. Callan?
I have some good news from here at HCMC. We just learned in about the last hour that one of the children being treated here is no longer in critical condition. They've improved and they are now being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. 10 of the shooting victims were taken here to HCMC. In an update tonight, we learned 1 adult and 5 children are still in critical condition. Meanwhile, over at Children's Minnesota, Minneapolis, 4 of the 7 children being treated there have now been released. Chief Brian O'Hara giving us this update earlier tonight.
Thankfully, the remaining victims, both the other children that were injured, as well as 3 adults in their 80s who were attending Mass and injured by gunfire. Thankfully, everyone is expected to survive. The injuries had ranged from one victim that I believe just had a graze wound from the shooting, obviously all the way to some very, very serious and critical injuries.
We have also been hearing firsthand accounts about the injuries. Earlier today, 5 Eyewitness News spoke with someone who told us their nephew was shot in the stomach and later had surgery, but is expected to survive. Another person heading into the hospital told us their granddaughter suffered a superficial wound. Chief O'Hara tells us that the 14 children who were injured ranged in age from 6 to 15 years old. He mentioned those 3 parishioners in their 80s were there to attend Mass. I talked to the Archbishop earlier this evening, who says this church has been in the community for more than 100 years. There is a lot of pride, and therefore it makes sense that there were members of the public there celebrating this Mass along with these children. Lindsay, Kevin.
Okay, thank you very much, Callan. You know, of course, we're still not that far removed from the shootings of 2 of our Minnesota state lawmakers in their homes earlier this summer.
And within the last 30 minutes, the family of the late Melissa Hortman, Representative Melissa Hortman, sent out a statement saying, quote, "Our hearts are with the parents, families, and friends of the victims in today's violence, the senseless act of violence. No one should have to suffer the loss of a loved one to gun violence." They say they hope the attack spurs action by elected officials.
What happened here today at the church behind us is really hard to comprehend. And we're always looking for ways to help each other and be together. And there were several vigils taking place tonight across the metro for people to come together, say a lot of prayers, and of course, remember the 2 kids who were shot and those 17 people injured.
Being together makes a big difference, and Richard Reeve is live at a vigil in Richfield.
Yeah, I'm at the Academy of Holy Angels in Ridgefield. About 1,000 people came out to attend a vigil service here. It was an emotional gathering. Many people wearing Annunciation Catholic School clothing and colors to this particular service. Many people here thinking and remembering the victims of today's shooting.
Well, to support these families, for sure. Pray for them, help, whatever I can in terms of, again, for support. When you lose somebody, especially a child, oh my heavens. And then the other ones are still in the hospital.
Now, the gym here packed with people. Governor Tim Walz, Senator Amy Klobuchar, and Attorney General Keith Ellison. Among the state leaders in attendance, it was a somber gathering, but you had the sense people were here to show the Annunciation community that they are not alone. Archbishop Bernard Hebda says condolences have come in from around the world, including from Pope Leo XIV.
But what we do together tonight is to pray. And we look for the words that are able to express inexpressible grief. We look for those symbols that might bring some hope.
I'm not connected with any of the people except through faith, but I feel some sort of obligation to share my condolences and to just come and support.
And we saw a lot of that tonight. People who have no direct connection with the Annunciation Church here to show their support. Archbishop Hebda said at the shooting scene there was courage, bravery, and love. Tonight, plenty of love for those victims and their families. Live in Richfield, Richard Reeve, 5 Eyewitness News.
And that's good to know there's so much love. And we also know that the school and the church behind us, essentially a crime scene still tonight. We know tonight that school is canceled at Annunciation at least through the end of the week. And police say there will be extra patrols there when they do come back. The chief also repeating that they would have lots of patrols around the area.
Of course, also inside that church this morning, it's daily mass. It's the Wednesday mass. A lot of neighbors. Right. Parents also there to be with their kids during the first mass celebrating the beginning of the new school year.
Ben Henry now joins us after speaking with a father who had 3 kids inside the church.
Let's start by saying this. The family is okay. All 4 were not shot, but it was gut-wrenching to hear about the moments when those bullets were flying. One of those things you can only imagine and hope you never have to experience. This father, though, glad, fortunate he was there to do everything that he could to keep his kids as safe as possible.
It was an absolute horror.
The O'Briens are feeling blessed to be together.
Yeah. Because there's 2 families that aren't with their kids right now.
Devin and kids Ellis, Owen, and Evelyn were inside the Annunciation Church as bullets flew, shattering glass, lives, and families.
It was unbelievably loud, rifle fire 20 feet away.
Sure.
First thing I thought was, this is a mass shooting. I knew what was happening right away. There wasn't really any question in my mind, and I looked to the window and was trying to figure out where the shooter was, and I saw a rifle barrel in the window.
Devin says the kids knew exactly what to do, quickly taking cover as the adults worked to save lives.
I was laying down in the pews and just hoping to get out of it. I was hiding under the pew, praying that I wouldn't get hit by a bullet.
I was sitting in the back with a group of dads, and all of us ran to the exits of the church to block the doors, see if we could get to the shooter. Father Zarin was standing in the vestibule between the outside and the door to enter the church. On the phone, I saw him with my own eyes to get between the shooter and the kids. Principal DeBoer was a total hero, running around the church while bullets were flying.
Now grateful to be together, but still reeling, knowing the gravity of what happened and the road ahead.
The things I saw, that we all saw, were too much, honestly, to take a breath yet. I don't think I'm ready for that.
I asked, what's next? What do you do? I didn't really know. But they did know this. They're going to stand by the other families, especially the two that lost children today. But as you heard, Kevin and Lindsay, a long road ahead as the entire community works towards healing.
Ben, thank you so much. And so many stories of survival and heroism. Earlier today, we heard from a 10-year-old who was inside that church the moments those shots were fired.
His grandfather gave him permission to talk with us just moments after he left the church. And just listen to what this well-spoken young man told us what happened.
We went to the gym, and then the doors locked just to make sure he didn't come. And we waited in the gym for more news, and everyone was okay. For most people.
Where were you, friend?
My friend got hit in the back.
Did he go to the hospital?
Yeah, he went to the hospital.
What went through your mind when you saw that?
I was super scared for him, but I think now he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get reunited with your parents?
Yeah, my mom was waiting outside of the church when it happened.
Yeah. What was it like seeing her?
I was super happy because, like, I was scared that I wasn't going to see her because I didn't know what was happening, really. I was just in shock.
After the shooting, word spread to nearby schools in this South Minneapolis neighborhood, and they were under alert as the situation unfolded.
Word spread fast. There were still a lot of questions. Earlier, we met a middle school teacher, Michelle Norton, from nearby Anthony Middle School. I met her at the scene. I was talking to her, and she said her school was on lockdown for hours today. Norton says she's concerned about her school having open house tomorrow night.
Yeah. And she told us that she worries her middle school students are going to have a difficult time processing what happened today and telling them that they should be at a time, when they should be joyful about starting a new school year themselves.
We want to be joyful with back to school and make sure the students feel safe, but it's incredibly heavy, in the community at this time.
Norton left the scene and went to one of tonight's vigils. This teacher says at this point she's not sure what to do or how to process this loss, but she knows supporting each other is the only way that the healing process can begin.
And she told me she has a lot of love to give, so that was the right place for her to go. Now, late tonight, we talked live with Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara about the very latest on the investigation and the answers they're looking for tonight.
Yeah, he mentioned a lot about, we asked about the motive, and we asked him, how do you figure out why this happened?
We know obviously there's a connection to the school. We believe he had been a student here, that his mom had worked here in the past. But we are not ruling anything out, and we don't have anything specifically to point to right now to say a specific reason why he carried this out here.
And he says there's a lot to go through. Police want to know why, and so do we. Our investigative team is finding out a lot about the suspect's past.
Yeah, the clues left behind and how a childhood friend remembers the shooter. That's ahead.
And another vigil happening tonight in Minneapolis. How the community is coming together, remembering the victims, and actually tonight calling for action already.
Plus, I am keeping an eye on the radar, all quieting down now. I'll let you know when storm chances are creeping back in.
Mornings on 5 are all about experience.
And after more than a decade together, we really do value our time with you each morning.
With your forecast first and traffic right away.
And news from the team you have trusted for so many years.
Right now, it's the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture. Get up to 15% off sale prices plus 3-year special financing. Choose from the largest in-stock selection of living room, dining room, and mattresses, plus free in-store design service. It's our best Labor Day sale, now at Home Furniture.
What's your water score? Find out what's in your water with a free water analysis and save up to 25% off Connecticut, the world's most efficient water treatment system, during our Summer of Savings sale. Visit Connecticut.com to find a dealer near you.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew. Final days.
Oh boy, the final days at the Ford Summer Sales Event. Great time to buy, Hank.
That's right, Sam. But time is running out for amazing deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. On capable SUVs and on the built wild Bronco family. Hurry, it all ends September 2nd.
Now, during final days, get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days on F-150. Or lease for $499 a month with 0 down. See your local Northland Ford dealers.
Are you ready to get this fixed? If there's any delay, it's you we pay.
Call Northern Ben Franklin today for essential maintenance. Get a water heater drain and flush for only $29.
Northern Ben Franklin Plumbing. You ready for some nice, cool air? We're always on time, or you don't pay a dime.
Call Northern 1 hour today, and with a complete system, get a free air conditioner.
It's the Labor Day mattress sale at Home Sleep Express. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices plus 3-year special financing on quality mattress brands including Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep during the Labor Day mattress sale going on now at Home Sleep Express.
I saw that.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Dorn and Lindsey Brown live outside the Church of the Annunciation in South Minneapolis tonight, where earlier today, an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old were shot to death, and also 17 other people were injured. As this investigation continues, the big question is about a motive for this tragedy. And tonight, here's what we've learned about the suspect.
We continue digging for more information on this. Police have identified the suspect as 23-year-old Robin Westman. They say Westman was dressed in all black and was armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. They say Westman was not known to police and did not have an extensive criminal history. As we've reported, the shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
And 5 Investigates has been all over this all day, and they have been digging into Westman's past, including some disturbing videos he recently posted online.
New tonight, investigative reporter Ryan Ray sat down with a former classmate of Robin Westman and the red flags that she says she saw years ago. Ryan joins us with that conversation.
You guys, Josefina Sanchez says she knew Robin Westman when he was a teen boy with a few friends and some odd obsessions. She says she attended grade school with Robin, who then went by Robert. Looking back, she says she now sees some red flags.
Something I knew was off, but I was a kid. How would I know, like, what to do?
In the 7th grade, Josefina Sanchez says she struck up a friendship with the boy she knew as Robert Westman. But that friendship was short-lived.
When you see something, it doesn't leave your mind. When you see something, like, erratic, it doesn't leave your mind. So he would put up his hand and say, like, praise Hitler.
That sort of unusual and disturbing behavior was on full display in a series of videos investigators say Westman scheduled to post on YouTube around the same time as the attack. The videos show ammo, magazines, and guns with the names of other mass shooters.
Tomorrow, I'm sorry to my family. But that's it. That's the only people I'm sorry to.
The videos also include this manifesto that investigators are now combing through, looking for clues of a motive. It's addressed to friends and family and says in part, "I'm tired of the pain this world gives out," adding that "I've wanted this for so long. I am not well. I am not right." Where do you think that's coming from?
I think it's actually spiritual battle. I don't think it's this world. It's demonic. I'm sorry, but it is. And I think we need Jesus. He needed him.
Sanchez says this video of Robin's journal, written in another language, brought back memories of Westman writing in code, so nobody could understand it.
That was kind of triggering. I wish I could have said something sooner, but I was little. How do I know?
All those YouTube videos that were posted have been taken down by law enforcement. And besides the suspected shooter speaking broadly about problems in the world and being suicidal, there's no clear indication of a motive outlined in the writings or the video clips. Kevin.
Okay, thank you very much, Ryan. Chief Brian O'Hara joined us live at the top of the news at 9 o'clock tonight, and he told us his investigators are sorting through evidence collected from multiple scenes in the area.
Lots of evidence, and in fact, investigative reporter Eric Rasmussen was the first to make it to one of the scenes on location at a house in Minneapolis where neighbors witnessed an intense search carried out in the hours after the shooting.
Some said it was like nothing they'd ever seen before as police swooped in with guns drawn. Their suspect already dead, but the search for answers is just beginning. 5 Investigates was there as agents carried out piles of evidence from an apartment in Richfield linked to the suspected shooter. One box containing what appeared to be at least part of a gun. Only miles away, another large police response to a quiet neighborhood in Minneapolis.
I just looked out my window and I saw a cop with the biggest gun I've ever seen in my life.
Cheryl Fox is among the neighbors who watched authorities go in and out of a house that public records listed as a last known address for the suspect and their family. A man and a woman inside the police tape seen talking to investigators.
They kept to themselves. They were very quiet.
Michelle Fix says her son recently attended Annunciation, and they're now struggling to understand what happened there, as well as inside their neighbor's home steps away.
And they said it was their 23-year-old son. Really close to home, especially on the same block where you live, and that's where your son went to school. I can't imagine the little kids, how they felt about it, the confusion. It'll impact me for life, for sure. And I pray for their family.
Now, one neighbor who asked not to be identified described the suspect's family to me as, quote, kind and generous, and said they detected no warning signs of the violence that played out Wednesday morning. In the newsroom, Eric Rasmussen, 5 Eyewitness News.
And tonight, the Minneapolis community, people actually from all over the area, came together to pray and mourn.
Brittany Ehrman is live at a vigil in Minneapolis tonight and shows us how the community is grieving and giving support to the other families who are in the same position, grieving.
Lindsay and Kevin, just within the last half hour, that vigil wrapped up, but the grief, it still lingers. We've seen heartbreak, pain, and frustration, and some unity tonight as hundreds came out. They stopped what they were doing to stand together. Let's go ahead and look at some videos so you can see exactly how large this vigil was tonight. There were prayers, tears, and music. We saw city leaders show up in force. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, Mayor Jacob Fry, city council members, and Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison. You could really feel the pain in the crowd, but also there was determination. We heard from people who told us this vigil is a start, but it's not enough.
How and when can this get better? What will it take? I just feel for the families. It's just a horrific crime.
Why have we not taken the necessary action to stop our children from dying? This is not about hating one community, a community that's pushing back or stopping us. This is not about hating anybody. This is about love of our kids.
And I do want to mention MPD did say that the gunman bought those guns legally. But the bottom line, you heard it from many people today, they want to see action. They want to see different policies in place now so something so awful like this does not happen again in the future. Live in Minneapolis tonight, Brittany Ehrman, 5 Eyewitness News.
Still ahead, Lindsay and I talked to people coming from all over the area who want to pay their respects to the people who go to this school tonight.
But first, Chris Reese will have your forecast coming up.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
At Postman Law, we fight for everyday people. Your initial consultation is free, and you don't pay anything unless we win for you. We're that confident.
If you've been injured in an accident, don't wait. Call us or visit our website today.
Dutch Boy, it's only paint. It's only paint that goes on easy with a super smooth finish. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only durable, dependable, change your life Dutch Boy paint.
What if buying a car felt easy? At Maury's Auto Group, it does. With Maury's Best Price First, there's no haggling, no hassle, just upfront, honest pricing. And with Maury's team, you get guidance, not pressure. You always get more with Maury's. More help, more clarity, and more value. Get a $1,000 instant trade-in bonus during our 10 Days to Save event at Maury's Auto Group dealerships. Visit any Maury's dealership or go to MaurysAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
We believe the best dairy comes from the best milk. And the best milk comes from cows raised right. What starts on our family farms and makes its way to your table is the true secret to Kemp's.
Honey, who is it?
It's the cows.
Kemp's fresh, pure milk, the pride of the Midwest. Kemp's, it's the cows.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
So all week long, I've been talking about the arrival of a cold front that would bring us a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. This actually sparked thunderstorms across southern Minnesota today, but as that clears through tomorrow, high pressure should sweep in. Maybe a few clouds in the morning, but more sunshine in the afternoon. Eventually, that front actually stalls out to our west. A new wave of low pressure begins to approach. In between that, we'll have the chances for some isolated showers and thunderstorms. As this area of low pressure inches closer, we'll be just unstable enough that as we go through the next couple of days, well, chances for some showers and thunderstorms have now crept back in to the picture. Weather by the hour as we go toward tomorrow. This is 7 o'clock. Perhaps partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 50s to right around 60. We will top out in the upper 70s tomorrow. I can't rule out a stray shower. I think the chances on the lower side, but then better chances for some showers could arrive as we start to go into the weekend. I do expect most of that to be south and west of the metro. By Tuesday next week, as kids head back, we could see more widespread storms. We'll be right back.
It's time to go see my good pal Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's back. Finally, some good news.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. What is your real name? James Christian Kimmel. You think this is a name I chose?
Kimmel returns Tuesday night on ABC.
At Toyota's national sales event,
Tailgate season's just getting started.
Manny drops back and he flips one right down the middle.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $299 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
My hair is definitely a reflection of who I am. Wild, fun, fiery for sure.
It just goes with the flow.
Me and my hair, both untamable. I wear it how I feel. Feel fearless. Feel empowered. Look fantastic.
Look fantastic.
Look fantastic. Feel unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Come one, come all to Minnesota Rusco for the best deals of all. For a limited time, all labor is totally free. Plus, you'll pay nothing for 2 full years. No down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest. Call Minnesota Rusco today.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew. Final days.
Oh boy, the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. Great time to buy, Hank.
That's right, Sam. But time is running out for amazing deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. On capable SUVs and on the built wild Bronco family. Hurry, it all ends September 2nd.
Now, during final days, get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days on F-150. Or lease for $499 a month with 0 down. See your local Northland Ford dealers.
Experience unbeatable appliance savings at Warner Stellian. Upgrade to the thorough and gentle clean of Electrolux Steam laundry pairs with a 30-minute wash and dry. You'll save $1,600 on this stunning Alpine Green bundle. Warner Stellian is the only place to find these savings.
Experience perfect temps year-round with a high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Aquarius. Home services made easy. Enjoy State Fair financing with 0% interest for 36 months. And ask about our best-in-industry 15-year warranty. Call or visit Aquarius online today.
at Toyota's national sales event?
Tailgate season's just getting started.
Manning drops back and he flips one right down the middle.
Right now, get 1.99% APR for 72 months on a new 2025 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
The Church of the Annunciation is in the middle of a neighborhood near 54th and Lindale.
A lot of these families have kids who attend school here or they attend Mass here, and they came out in force this evening with messages like, "They will know you by your love." They tied blue and green ribbons around trees, which are the school colors of Annunciation Catholic School, and they brought flowers. You don't live around here yet. You felt the need to bring flowers. Why?
Because we want to show support in the community. I grew up in St. Paul, so I'm kind of close to here.
And why did you want to be part of this?
Because it's just sad how the world's ending up. I just graduated high school 3 years ago, and I've always was scared of shootings going on, and it's just scary how the world is ending up.
Do you know any way you can explain this?
No, there's no explanation.
I would definitely recommend